Check one, check two, check one, check two. Can y'all hear me now? Check one, check two. So go, can you hear me? Check two, check one, check two. All right, now y'all can hear me now. God damn, man. Huh. All right. I can't capture that spirit I brung down just now. I had it going. I might have said some things and the YouTube gods came down with them. The YouTube gods are unforgiving. We're on episode 2. All right. A Muhammad man had a conversation about you. And those that gather on Mount Olympus seem to think that you may be able to understand what the hell we talking about. We see you fighting against the damn pseudos. Hard body. But we think you may be able to understand. So we're going to work with you. Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is episode 2, right? Later on around 9:30, 10 o'clock, Preem is doing a presentation entitled The Logical Fallacies, right? And how they apply to our current conversation. Preem, get the money, y'all. All right? Doing what we got to do because this is what we do. That's our thing right here. So this is episode 2 for those who was following the conversation, right? And other people, the barbershop gang, right? They muddied up the conversation, but it wasn't them at first. It was Dr. Polymath Reggie who inserted himself in the conversation with a wild thing about we don't got proto-science and all that bananas. And he messed it up. And he went to a certain spot and he set up his Wildiversity and he taught. And they all listened to him and they all dove out the window. Concrete Corey head dove out the window talking about we're going to protect our elder. Nigga, do you know what the hell he talking about right now? They just did not care. Reggie ran to get some help. He's the one that said Homo erectus had science. He's the one that said they had Stone Age science in Africa. He's the one that said science predates technology and technology is science and building the pyramids is science. He did all of that willfully to disturb our beautiful conversation. We didn't bang on nobody, was minding my damn business, and y'all seen episode 1. So before I play episode 2, I want to play slight tidbits of Reggie and his vaunted professors talking about science. Let's get right into it. The title of that show was Dr. Reggie Polymath, Pseudo Killers. You did wrong. African science wins all day. Now, what a title. Let's get right to it. Let's get right into it. This was a response to episode 1. You got to follow the episodes, man. If you don't, man, you're going to allow people to come in the conversation and frame it and make it on what they want to make. I've always said from the beginning that science is modern. Science is simply knowledge, but not just any old knowledge. It's knowledge void of religion, void of man being the authority, and void of your custom and tradition, spiritual, social systems. It's that type of knowledge. It's predicated off of the way you think, the way you comprehend, the tools that you have developed or will develop. It's a specific type of knowledge that took them 350 years to accumulate to be science. There's no shortcut, because there's no shortcut in understanding nature. Nature does not allow shortcuts. The cosmos feels no pressure from humans. The cosmos owes you no explanations. You either understand or you don't. Ancient cultures had their own set of circumstances and own set of knowledge and wisdom. Now we see people practicing scientism, where you think science is the only way to gain knowledge, or science is superior over everything. We don't even give a damn about the wisdom knowledge systems that said culture was actually producing that allowed them to be at the level for their time period. Never acquiesce to a faulty premise. What's the faulty premise? That when we say science, we mean indigenous science. Or that when we say science, we mean Chinese science. Or that when we say science, we mean African science. No, when we say science, it's already known that that way of gathering knowledge has accumulated over 350,000 years, and it matured in Europe. You can't handle the truth, you can't handle the truth. And no, Europeans did not create science, because I just said there's no one starting place. Some kind of way you got to put it in your head and understand the words coming out my mouth. Most of you won't, but that's okay. Take your time. You'll thank me for it. This is the response to episode 1. All right? Go check the channel.
So let's preface this before I actually start. What is Ankh? What's the pseudo killer's been saying about science?
Well, go ahead, Rakupu.
Everything African was proto-science before the European, basically, is where we at.
Okay.
Now, Reggie, and then I had my contention
Got
against
the
the
Mel-
way they were saying it,
Mel LaSource.
because it's science is science, but it's a method that the Africans was using first. So you can't change and say modern science and say African science are not, that you can say that you can't say they're different. The only thing is different is the method, because it was both. It's both science. That's what I say. So they trying to say that the modern science wasn't there. Of course, the modern science wasn't there. When you say proto-science, you only mean that which came first. So you don't need to use proto. All you need to know is that the Egyptians and the rest of the people used science.
Okay. Are we actually sure that they are using the word science correctly?
No.
That's what we found out.
Go ahead, Ashay. Go ahead, Ashay.
In the middle of a conversation by signs, rolling weed. What I would say to Ashay is stay off the weed. In the middle of a high-leverage, supposedly conversation, he's rolling the grass. They used to say that in the 60s, the grass. So I say to these polymaths and professors of antiquity, stay off the grass. Let us continue.
And that's what we found out yesterday, Brother Reggie. Suntan was there. I think Cooper was there too.
Yeah.
When I had the presentation yesterday regarding Ankh, and we pulled up the definition of science. Ankh literally said, "Oh, if that's the definition y'all using, then I have no contingency. He has no issue." So he admitted that he's making up his own definition of science.
Yeah, what was the definition of science that you pulled up?
Real quick.
Oh, it was just Merriam-Webster's general definition of science.
What did you say? Ashay, what did he call it? Colloquial science. He said something that
he said he doesn't go by the colloquial term. He's developed a more advanced term, I guess, within his pseudo killer.
And that didn't make no sense to me because they both science. You can't differentiate what it is. Only thing you can differentiate is the method.
There you go.
You follow me, Reggie?
I don't know even if I agree with that, but I think that you're more right than wrong. I just think that they're using the word, the definition of the word science wrong.
Right.
And, I just think, and proto-science.
Bottom line.
I just wasn't trying to get into saying definitions as that is projected as the Webster or whatever dictionary said it. I'm trying to say it's common sense. We all intelligent people. We know science is science. If you know the method and if you know the definition of science, that's just like saying, Reggie, the Egyptians wasn't black. We know they wasn't so-called black, but we know that they look like me and you, or difference in color, light skin, dark skin. So if you want to go all the way down and get really technical, then that's when you run into problems with Ankh because they're
making up their own definition.
Yeah, and so to speak.
Wouldn't everyone say science basically means to know?
It means to. It's not. It's more than that, Rakufu.
Okay.
It's to find a method to find out how to know.
Got it.
Okay, so I think so we have a group that has a claim, and listen, the pseudo killers, they do good, but here they're overstepping their bounds, right? And in this particular case, it's just Brother Ankh, and Cedric, right? They're largely the biggest spokesperson right now.
And Juju.
And Juju, but and Juju.
More Cedric and Ankh.
Juju left.
Right.
Okay, so Ankh is the leader on this. So we have this thing called proto-science. Y'all heard that?
Yeah.
And what the hell is proto-science?
That means it came first.
Proto only means first. In science, of course, is science. So it's the first science.
Right.
Okay, so you say it's the first science, but they say it's less than science. It's not exactly science. It's proto. That's what.
I give it to you like this, Reggie. I Chat GPT'd it. It says proto, first, early, or original form of something.
Okay. Now, when people use terms, science and proto-science and any other term, we like to see some sources, right?
Right.
Huh?
Yes.
Right.
Sir.
So
that's a necessity.
That's a necessity. So what happens when you don't see the sources?
Then you making it up.
We know they flim-flamming.
Okay. I'm not gonna call them any names.
Right. I just said making it up.
It's just not legal. It's not legal until we have the source. It's just not here.
Flim-flamming is just an act.
So what happens now if after we see a source, then what else do we want to see?
Primary source, but
primary source. What else do we want?
We want to see it in usage. When you show me something, show me it in usage. Show me somebody utilizing this, right?
Okay.
And how is it being utilized?
For example.
Context.
Right, context.
Okay. Well, we want to see some academic discussions and papers, right?
Absolutely. Some peer review papers.
Peer review.
Yep.
Right. And we want to see, if we see that, we want to see some experts, right?
Absolutely.
And have you seen an expert talking about proto-science?
No.
Nope. When I use the experts in my debate, they all referred to what the people on the continent were doing as just science. They didn't use words like proto.
Okay. What about a consensus of those sources or those scholars what would their consensus be on proto versus regular?
Well, we need a paper that says that there's.
Yeah, I never saw that, Rakufu.
I haven't even
consensus.
brought
Have
it
you?
up. I haven't. I just brought it up to.
All right. So let me begin. This is not going to be a picture presentation, right? It's not going to be a picture presentation, but it is going to be a written presentation, a preprint presentation, right? Meaning I'm writing. Okay, I am drafting out and I am writing. So let's do this. Now, when I'm doing this, you stop me if I'm lying, right? Now, here's the rules. The rule, the general rules is Ashe is a debater, right?
Right.
Elder Suntan and Rakufu, you are you're fact checkers, right?
Right.
So the fact checkers, you stop me, but lots of times we see PowerPoint presentations without sources, right? And or you slip in a source, but it's not in line. The difference between a paper is that what you do is, in fact, you how can I say, with a particular paper, you want it quoted and you want it in line, meaning you want the inline citations, correct?
Yeah.
And so you don't want, just because a person throws a whole bunch of sources at the end, is that how it works?
No, you got to source what you state.
Never.
You can't. That'll confuse people if you do it at the end.
Right. You enter with that. Right. That's
right.
Proper. Yeah.
So don't go out when we. Shay left.
You can lose.
Man, if something comes across, we'll have
primary evidence to the contrary of what the source was.
Okay, so then if it's out there, you have to present that.
Like, what the hell they talking about? They straight capping. I didn't write no damn paper. What are we talking about, man? What are we talking about? All my sources at the end of the daggone presentation. Y'all can look up the books. Stop the cap. The hell, man? Ain't none of them wrote no damn papers of worth. None of them. And I mean none of them. Don't make me get super scrutinizing. Come on, man. Doing too much. Stay on the conversation. That's why the conversation ended up at Newton. Who the hell cares about Newton? Got a daggone paper in the Discord to show the man was invested in the slave trade. Y'all think I forgot all that? I say Onesimus, in my subjective opinion, had the greatest mind. Because he brought something that we used a few years ago. It's the foundation of that, man. The hell we talking about? West African slaves came with a technology that was on high. These niggas got to stop the cap, man. What we talking about? Let me hurry up this thing so I can get to the first episode. Let me see. I probably need to. It's just crazy. That's it.
Other people, right? The way that happens on YouTube.
What is that hat? Is that a funny hat? He has on a funny hat.
Never listen to a person with a funny hat on. There's some kind of scam in the middle of that. Underneath of that hat
is a damn scam. Open your eyes, Reggie.
If I present a written paper.
A paper? Who that? What paper? What paper? He He's really trying to set it up because he's going to bring a wild paper on here with the longest forward I ever did say in my whole entire life.
With citations. Okay, so I got
just because you write a paper don't mean the paper make no damn sense at all.
Tools. I say it's coming up. So I have tools. It's 2026. He allows me sometimes. True.
Yeah.
Right. And
if
you
you're not just for the money.
It's your over reliance on Mabry, right? And guess what? Mabry was pro se, but there's other these other people have us, which are real lawyers, and you can't pull the wool, Judge. You can't pull the wool over our eyes. So my case is extended.
What case? What we talk? Man, listen, man.
On the earth, right? In observations, there is a science in that. So I'm not but
what
is on the earth, right?
To say in the topic of the science, how do you all see astronomy? Because I know astronomy
is science,
or the first
astronomy
science.
is science.
And
Astrology
is still accepted. It's true, right? So what I'm saying, would proto-science, would astronomy come under proto-science?
No. Why? Which
come under proto-science?
No. Why? No. Astronomy. There are elements of that science that could be updated, but astronomy, when people are mapping stars to the how can I say, to real things on the earth, right?
Whatever, man.
Ancient Koreans, and again, this is a written presentation. The presentation should begin with an abstract.
What? So he did all that to put together a wild paper. That's what all that for that? That nigga, you could have started off with the paper. You ain't gonna make me write no damn paper. But I actually did. Typed up something super loose. Based off of a couple books I've been reading. Put it in spell check and put it in ChatGPT. Organize that shit right. That's what he should have did. This nigga got an hour-long abstract in the middle of episode 1. This is his response.
Mapping between proto-science and modern science, and licenses the move by which undifferentiated empiricism is allowed.
He worse than me. He worse than me. Perrier. Ha ha. Empiricism. Let's go back. He in Harlem with the rap. It sounded like he was doing the opening for the Fat Boys, didn't he? Let's see.
Present centeredness, showing that it implies a 1-to-1 mapping between proto-science.
It's a red line there. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna keep moving.
And modern science, and licenses the move by which undifferentiated empiricism
that's that Harlem thing they be doing with the Fat Boys. Let me stop.
is allowed to stand in for modern science in historical reconstructions. Dear 2012, page number, etc. Tani Christie's pseudoscience, proto-science, pre-science, or just plain science, a written article, pushes the point further, arguing that early modern astrology and alchemy should simply be called science in their own context rather than demonstrated as proto-science. That's Christie. Taken together, these critiques show that clinging to proto-science as a generic category is less a mark of analytical rigor than a symptomatic of residual Whig and Eurocentric historiography, especially when applied to Egyptian and African science. Science is increasingly treated in the historiography as a plural global historical phenomena, and many scholars now avoid using the term proto-science.
Yeah, so his response was to do a whole thing with an hour-long, quote-unquote abstract, trying to separate, trying not to have proto-science. That was all. It was all about that. The craziest thing ever. And then the barbershop gang followed suit to this nonsense, man. That was his whole thing. Let me move forward right here. Cedric jumped on the panel. We just want to keep everything in order on where we at. Cedric jumps up on the panel, right? After this man had an hour long.
Or trying to capture science.
Well, you know, sir, I just say that because I doing a research to do a presentation eventually. But that is just a scientific term that these people use to kind of distinguish.
That's the whole reason why I'm doing this paper.
Yeah.
It is using some people trying to capture the term science, the modern science, and relegating everything else as not important, and at the same time,
man, get out of here. We never use it that way. See how he framed that? If you watch episode 1, look at Cedric face down there in the corner. Oh man. No, we never use it that way. We never did at all. We use it in a very positive manner. All right. Oh, here you go. Hold on.
Shoemaning me into a position. Let's go. Share the screen.
No, I want to know.
You're not sure.
1 second. So I'm stop sharing. Okay, great. Share your source. Now, wait. Before you share your source is going to say Egyptian science is proto-science.
Don't tell me what my source needs to say. You're not shoemaning me into a position. Let's go. Share the screen.
No, I want to know what you're going to share before I share it.
We're discussing African science, right? So let's go.
Yeah, okay. All right. So
we're gonna be looking.
And we actually all read this article. It was a great article. And to summarize it up for you real quick, from Chris, basically from the Department of Philosophy, University of Calabar, Nigeria. Basically what he was saying was African science. He's basically talking about the traditions and customs, right? And knowledge base need to be taken to the university and critiqued. That's all in a nutshell, for it to be considered anything remotely close to science. That's the damn article in a nutshell. Watch how Reggie wilds out when he hears the word African science, how he just falls apart. The craziest thing ever. Could at least read the damn thing first.
Looking at the method of quote-unquote African science, it's like a philosophical evaluation of Chris Akpan, the Department of Philosophy of Nigeria. So we're not being racist here. We're going to Africans themselves evaluating so-called African science, right? The issue concerning the authentic method of Western modern science has been a problem to science and philosophers of science alike. While some think inductive method is a hallmark of science, some believe science progresses better through a deductive method. The problem of method of science is not peculiar to Western science. In African science, here classified into traditional and modernized African science. Some elements of Western method of science could also be found. However, the traditional African scientists give their conceptions of the world, the conceptions of the world, tend to give prominence to the metaphysio-religious method of supernaturalism. Did you hear that? Still today.
I don't think you do.
I just asked if you hear that.
No, wait.
In addition to elements of West. Method. Reggie, you put me.
Wait, watch this, ladies and gentlemen. Cedric gave us a paper to read. He simply gave us a paper to read. Okay, so we can read the paper itself, right?
Cedric wilding out the bottom of that screen. He muted him out. Look, Cedric wilding now. He wilded out. Look.
We can read the paper.
Look.
He gave us the paper. We can read. I'm giving everybody on a chance, on the channel, a chance to read the paper.
And y'all want to know what kicked Cedric off for going this hard. This is the moment, ladies and gentlemen. And then the barbershop gang came in and it took him over the top. It's right here. This is the response to episode 1. Now, this is episode 2. I'm about to get into it, but I wanted to show you the response to episode 1. All right? Cedric is out the game right now. Look at him. He's out the game. Show.
Read the paper for yourself. Now I'm gonna let Cedric back on. I just want the people to read the paper. Read back up. Read the abstract. Pseudo dies at the sword. A pseudo killer dies at the sword. Okay.
Reggie, the source is up there. Reggie, the source is under.
So how did this man die at his source? Stop the cap. Stop the cap. The man didn't die at his source. He was bringing a source to explain to the audience what African science was and how a person, a continental African from Nigeria, had a great conversation over the subject. And at no point in that article did he say that African science was actually science. And there's that word again.
Science.
Colloquial. They ain't even know what the word colloquial meant. So the author of the paper is strictly saying, if traditional African custom and traditions want to get brought forward in the modern times, it must get scrutinized through the universities. To see exactly what it is. The whole paper is about that. A lovely paper, y'all. Great work, Cedric. And they told that man he died at his source. Stop the cap. Watch. The polymath. Dr. Reggie.
See, you didn't understand. You're so emotional. I wanted the people just simply to read what the abstract says.
I'm going through the abstract, Reggie. I'm reading the abstract. That's what I'm doing.
No, I need the people to read it for themselves. Our people can read. So I was asking you to give them some time to read the abstract. So can you put the abstract back up? Because the pseudo died.
The abstract's right there, Reggie.
Okay, everybody read it. Okay.
The issue concerning the
wait, let's give the people a chance to read it. Don't talk. Don't talk.
Reggie, I have a source and I'm reading from the source and you're telling me don't read?
No, I want the people to make sure.
Reggie, I'm reading the source. While I'm reading, they can read the source.
Okay,
but I'm reading what's here.
Now,
so what's the problem?
Can I ask you some questions?
No, don't ask me no question. I'm gonna do my presentation. Reggie, what are you afraid of?
I'm not afraid.
So why don't you let me do what I didn't say a word. You want to ask me a question, Reggie? Reggie, don't ask me any questions. I'm gonna do the presentation.
No, Cedric, you're not doing a presentation. You asked to share your screen.
The man that want to always share his screen.
And that's fine. But you are not doing a presentation. No. Cedric, why did you take it down?
Look at Cedric. Cedric is gone at this point.
Crashing out. Look at Cedric crashing out.
Gas like gas.
Crashing out.
I checked the short start. It's pretty solid. Chris Atkins.
Look at
pretty solid.
Now wait, Cedric leaves. Now, if you look at his source,
watch this.
The title of it was African Science, and then it used African Science several times. And then he wants to interpolate, or he wants to interpret for us what we're reading. Now, this wants to interpret. Looked at his source. The title of it was African Science, and then it used African Science several times. Now, if you looked at his source, the title of it was African Science, and then it used African Science several times. And then he wants to interpolate, or he wants to interpret for us what we're reading. Now, this author that he put up, right? He has a critique, but he did call it African Science. Am I wrong or right? Yes or no?
Yeah, he referred to for the sake of the paper. But he doesn't agree. He doesn't agree with it.
He referred to as African Science.
Reading his abstract, just real. The first sentence it says, Apkin's central thesis is that science is a universal human activity aimed at understanding and manipulating nature to solve problems. However, he identifies a scientific tension in the method used by traditional African practitioners.
Oh, that's fine. But it's still
African practitioner. He identifies a scientific tension in the method used by traditional African practitioners.
Oh, that's fine.
No, that's not fine, Reggie. That is the whole damn point. Big up to King J, who can read. That's not fine. There's tension in that. And trying to make African science, man. That they methods, the way they was doing it. Man, bro. This man is happy because the papers say African science. Is this what we doing? The polymath, Dr. Reggie, went over there to the barbershop and led them to battle to get stomped out based off of this right here. That's why Kyle and Fetty beat the brakes off them niggas. Because of this man right here, the professor, the polymath, who thinks when he sees the word African science that all of a sudden Cedric was wrong. Are we serious right now, man? I'm never getting upset with these niggas ever again. I promise you, I'm staying right here. Because this is crazy. And see, people talk that talk, right? Can't walk that walk and talk crazy. You don't come for me, get that shit right for real. Don't be following a wild person. Read the information for yourself and see what's really going on, and then make your fair assessment on YouTube. Because I'm going to catch you cheating and stealing. Hand in the cookie jar. Right there in front of y'all face. Reggie messed up the conversation like I said. Them wild guys, they don't got enough truth in them to go check out the episodes to see what's really going on and give an honest critique because their hate for me is just that strong. You can't even see the reality of what the presentation is about if you always focus on me. I don't mind the free commercials though, because I can handle it. But come on, man. Man, you know, once we get started, we ain't stopping. We gonna hit it with high altitude bombing. We gonna hit it with the scientific literacy. Yeah, get us on the punctuation, get us on the misspelling. Not an issue. Get that. Go do that. Be secretaries. Appreciate the secretaries at the damn barbershop. Now remember, you're not gonna respond. Remember that. But I know you listening. In your underground tunnels. Espionage. But stop the cap, Reggie. So let's reiterate what's going on here. Reggie responds to episode 1. I talked about proto-science in the presentation. I actually talked about the main part of the paper was scientific thinking and how you can have scientific thinking, but it doesn't have to equal to science. But the way people are thinking. And I took the timeline all the way through. He responds with the proto-science and then all his married men with him messed it all up. Proto-science made the first. No, it don't. Proto-science is not science. That's why they call it proto-science. Has not reached that level. It's okay though. It's what they had. Then Reggie goes to, well, they don't want to use it right. So in episode 2, you're going to see exactly the point I was getting to. Let's get this right here. So, all right, we went through it already. Reggie wild out. Let me see if he said anything else crazy.
But it's still, he still called it science, correct?
Correct.
Okay. My whole point of it is they're saying it's proto-science. Did the paper call it proto-science?
Yeah, man.
No.
Come
Okay.
on, man.
So why would he bring, did the paper call it? Okay. My whole point of it is they're saying it's proto-science. Did the paper call it proto-science?
No.
Okay. So why would he bring up a source that doesn't say that it's not proto-science? You could critique the science, right?
All right, man. Yeah, I'm done right there, bro. Like, really, he don't even understand that, man. Can somebody help that man out, yo? Can somebody actually help that man out? Somebody help that man out. Somebody go over there and pull his coattail, man. What? So he expecting to say proto-science, the article, and because the article says African science. Let me play this little part right here, right at the beginning of the episode. I think it was something I wanted y'all to hear. Let's see.
You said that.
They didn't, though.
Okay, so you say
Because they had their religions. Y'all don't get that? Hold on.
Ancient Africans didn't have science, and that the Egyptians. You said that.
Just telling you, we can.
No, I'm connected by using the word pre, which means the first.
No,
I'm trying to connect it. I never did that. I never did that.
Why we're having this screen rated is modern science. That nothing big. Thank you so much, Ankh. We just have.
Go ahead, Rich.
Okay.
All right. He messes up my whole damn argument. And then everybody jumped on him messing up my whole damn argument. This is actually in episode 2, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 2. March 23rd. Y'all see it? He messed up the whole thing, man. He continues to mess up the whole thing. Here you go.
Thank you so much, Ankh. We just have a disagreement, nothing big. No one is saying that African science is modern science.
Right.
Thank you, because that's my conversation.
No one is saying that.
So if no one is saying that African science is modern science, then what the hell is the damn conversation, man? What is the conversation? Because that was the conversation, man. KL says Reggie thinks lying is power for black people. Crazy, yo. Come on, man. Pick up the Cedric, yo. I'm showing. I don't know if you just tuned in, Cedric, but yeah, I caught him lying on you with the pseudo killer fakery. He did all that. I just wanted to bring it out, right? Trying to call you crash out. It wasn't that, yo. It was frustrating for you. You go up there with an article with a man trying to explain from Nigeria, from the continent, which none of us are, trying to explain how African science needs to get a real serious critique for it to even to be science. This man just hears the word African science and loses his mind, man. And then he comes on this episode. This is after I did episode 1. He come on here and he says this.
But to separate it from science is why we're having this disagreement.
I never did that. I never did that.
No,
I tried to connect it by using the word pre, which means the first.
Can I?
No, I'm good, Reggie. But don't say what I didn't do.
I'm just telling you, we can rewind it back. It's on tape, right?
I didn't say that. No, you said it many times that proto-science is not science, and that the Egyptians. You said the ancient Africans didn't have science. You said that
they didn't though.
Okay, so you say
because they had their religions. Y'all don't get that? Hold on.
No, I get that. No. Hold on for a minute. Wait, I was speaking. I never got a chance to finish my statement.
Reggie, chill out, Reggie. Y'all don't understand when you have your regional, meaning the region you come from, like the Hebrew traditions, the Chinese, your regional traditions, your deities, different African countries, regional differences inside of your data, that immediately eliminates it from being what I'm talking about, science.
Modern science.
Yep.
That's all I've ever been talking about. I've been talking about nothing else. I said science means modern science. Because
no, it does not.
That's crazy. That's craziness, huh?
It does not mean I'm glad you got that on tape.
No, this is why hold on, listen.
That's a compound word. You know what a compound word is?
Reggie, this is what I'm saying.
Wait, you never let me speak. Got that on tape.
No, this is why hold on, listen.
That's a compound word.
That's a compound word. What the hell it got? What in the world, man? That's a compound word.
Compound word is?
Reggie, this is what I'm saying.
Wait, you never let me speak.
This is why we stay in a state of confusion. Because we refuse. The reason we stay in a state of confusion because we refuse to adhere to simple definitions. When you're talking about science, you're actually talking about proto-science.
No.
And you say it, you do because they have their traditions and priestly ideas in it that would render it proto-science. But you deny that, Reggie. That's my point.
That's crazy.
Okay, let me speak. Wait, I deserve to speak. Wait, I was cut off. Okay, so I'm gonna go back.
I'm not trying to be rude. I can't hear nobody, but so I don't know if I'm talking over somebody or not. But
you know you are.
With the people who are saying that the proto-science is science, like would they take the explanation that God did it as a reasonable assessment of how things came to be, like far as like scientific experiments?
Excuse me, the Egyptians had experiments.
Thank you.
Nobody.
They had something called the perfect method. What was the comedic word, Reggie?
The Tepesep.
There you go.
So they had method. So since he can't hear us,
why are y'all trying to do that? Why? You said go ahead, Reggie.
Wait, let me speak. You won't let me
go ahead, bro.
Okay. What you're doing, Ankh, is
what was the perfect method? No, what was the perfect method? Don't answer that. Say what you're gonna say, then answer that. Then we'll get into it.
Yeah.
They're gonna leave out Hector every time.
That's fine. Okay, so what Ankh is doing is Ankh is creating science to mean only modern science. And the fact of the matter is, I'm saying to Ankh, modern science is a compound word.
Man, I'm just grabbing my head at the top of the screen, yo. I can't believe the ignorance. Like I just can't, you know what I'm saying, yo? And I can't let myself get upset, yo. I can't make people understand anything, bro. I just got to deal with it. I'm working on that, man. But I had to just grab my head, man. And it's all because of blackology, man. It's all because of their biases. Refuse to hear what I'm saying.
Right? So it's based on science, but it's a different, it's laboratory based, which has its own definition of modern science. Science in itself has its own definition, right? Which comes from to know, right? And not just but not just to know, but a historically denoted, organized, demonstrable knowledge, rather than just to know. But that is different than laboratory-centered practices.
What is he talking about, man? What? Incoherent. Let me move right here, man. I'm not going to play that whole episode 1. I want to get to the part where we critique African science, man. Somewhere right here. So I'm not using it. And don't come up here and flam your way back to you. It was a game changer. In Europe. Bumping into another continent. Damn. That's new. Now we got to question everything we thought. Yeah, y'all playing, man. Y'all can't have it both ways, yo. I don't want to hear about math. I don't want to hear about none of that. Learn traditional cultures and talk to me about what they was doing. Stop using Europe to be a crutch. I'm not going to let you do it because when I try to talk about it, it's a problem and it's an issue. See? When I try to bridge the gap, I get tomatoes thrown at me. Don't use this word and use that as if science pops out of nowhere. I don't know what y'all think y'all talking about, right? But in the world I live in, science does not pop out of nowhere. It has transitional periods. It has pre-periods. It has proto-periods. You know, the first, all that. That's what it has. It doesn't have what the hell y'all think y'all talking about. It just doesn't. Wildest thing ever, boy. Crazy. People don't even know what the word proto is. It's the first. That's what it is. Y'all don't want the first, though. The prefix proto means first. Y'all didn't know that? Y'all should have known that. Y'all didn't know that. Y'all didn't know that I was saying they had the first. Y'all ain't want that, though. Y'all don't want that. Reggie don't want that. He did a whole wild argument over that. Y'all didn't know that? Y'all didn't know Reggie argued over that? Yo, Reggie argued over the word proto. He don't want to use that. He did a whole demonstration on why not use the word proto. Okay. There you go. So I'm not using it. And don't come up here and flam your way back to using it. We're not doing that. We're not. Here you go. See, I'm going to talk that talk and I'm going to walk that walk, right? I'm not letting y'all use it again. Now, y'all got me. You right. I'm stuck. I'm not using it no more. Now, because this all I was saying. Proto, Cambridge Dictionary, my fault, Merriam-Webster. Proto, or it's a variance, or before the vowel, proto, first time. So all I was saying, beginning. Okay? All right? Rise to, beginning, giving rise to. Y'all ain't want that. Come on, man. First, primary. Y'all didn't want that. Permanent. Substance. The parent. Y'all didn't want that. Nobody wanted that. Proto, relating to or constituting the recorded or assumed language that is ancestral to languages or to the group relating languages that are the first language, the proto language, the primary. I said that. I said proto science. Y'all threw tomatoes at me. Now we can no longer use that because y'all don't want the first. Y'all don't want the beginning. Y'all want everything. You can't have everything. Make your mind up, because if you want to have the first science, then there's periods that you have to prove development. You don't want that. You want the shit to pop up out of nowhere. I told y'all have religious thinking. Y'all don't want that. Nope. Y'all don't want the proto. So I'm no longer giving you the proto. We're not doing the proto. We're not doing that no more. We out that game. We are out the game with proto. We will no longer use the word proto nothing. We won't use for the first time in the annals of history that humans attempted to do it was in Africa. We won't say that. Proto history before written language beginning giving rise to. No, they didn't give rise to nothing based off what Reggie said. Parent, they're not the parent of nothing. They're not the first form. They're not the primary nothing, y'all. No, I'm not doing it. You have won. The bomb squad, y'all all won. Now, don't talk to me no more about this conversation because we're not doing it. This is what we're not doing. We're not switching back now. We're not going to do it because we have a conversation about what science is. It's modern science. And there's steps to get to modern science. Now, that's where I'm at. Now switch it up in the chat. That's what the chat is switch it up when they switchy. That's what they do. So we right here now. This is what we're going to do. We're going to keep doing our thing. We leaving them all behind. We ain't doing what the crowd is doing. Getting away from y'all. Y'all silly. Y'all silly type. So we right here now. African youth, traditional knowledge systems, and modern science, bridging heritage and innovation. I want to take the traditional sciences, traditional information. All right. I don't want to do that one first. I want to do this one first. Here. Because there was a whole lot of foolery around this. The origin of the debate over African science. So let's get here. Let me make sure y'all seeing this on the screen right. Okay. Let me get here with this one. Bet you want to act like you got to write a paper. You ain't write no damn paper. You tripping. We're going to examine traditional African knowledge systems. That's what I want to do. Because I ain't used the word proto no more. The introduction, the African science debate. The term African science entered academic discourse in the mid-20th century, sparking debate amongst philosophers, anthropologists, and historians about the classification of traditional African knowledge systems. Yeah, so they didn't have traditional African knowledge systems, void of European and colonialism. They didn't have that, huh? They didn't exist in an environment before that. Of course they did. Post-colonial intellectual context. Following the independent movements, 1950-1970, scholars re-examined African intellectual history, questioning if traditional civilizations developed systematic knowledge comparable to modern science. See, we ain't supposed to do that. We ain't supposed to compare none of that. We supposed to deal with it in its environment. See, that's what Reggie claimed we're doing. Ethnoscience and anthropology. Anthropologists introduced ethnoscience. And this is where King J was trying to make the point. Ethnoscience to what? They use ethnoscience to study how cultures classify and understand nature. Don't y'all want to know how your ancestors qualified and understood nature? They didn't do it through science. They had their own unique system of doing it. I'm making this up? I don't think so. I don't think y'all know what y'all talking about. It says research analyzed African societies, traditional agricultural knowledge, medicine, and environmental observations. So yeah, they had medicine without science, y'all. They had agriculture without science, y'all. They did. They observed the environment. Let's keep going. Historiography of science, modern definition. Historians of science argue modern science requires systematic experimentation, mathematical modeling, and institutional research. Thus, terms like indigenous knowledge or proto-science are often preferred. Right. Y'all don't want to use the proto-science, so we'll just use indigenous knowledge. Y'all don't want to go with the scholars. Y'all wanted that Reggie misconstrued the whole idea. Not a problem. We are not using proto nothing. They're not the primary, they're not the first, they're not the fathers of. They're not. They're just not. We solid now. Modern scholarly framework. Current scholarship distinguishes between indigenous knowledge systems. See, proto-scientific traditions and modern science. There's distinctions there. And I recognize that. I love indigenous knowledge systems. I seek to study indigenous knowledge systems. Not y'all, though. Y'all want to place a framework on them that they didn't even have. Now, African scientists actively contribute to global scientific research and innovation. They sure as hell do. Y'all just listen to it. I say it all the time. You got people that come from indigenous villages that don't even use evidence-based medicine, use their traditions, and they go to school and they understand and transmit science and bring it back to the community. See? Yeah, traditional knowledge, look, maintains significant cultural and historical importance within African societies. Not that y'all don't really believe that. I'm saying it does.
Protected by the Black Widow. Good juju, bad juju. Let them niggas know I'm coming. Y'all niggas summoning the demons, but I'm the demon that's coming. Good demon time. Good juju, bad juju. I'm God killing and I'm the one gunning. Top flight number one. Now look, I'm standing at the junction. Good juju, bad. With knowledge and reality function facts. Now see that flame done came. And now y'all bitches running. Let them niggas know I'm coming. Let them niggas know I'm coming. Y'all niggas summon the demons, but I'm the demon that's coming. I'm God killer, and I'm the one gunning. Top flight number one. Now see that flame done came, and now y'all bitches running. All y'all life you been sitting on the benches, 2 dimensions. Cap, bitch, I avoid the trenches. I'm a home run over the fences. You say you study, that's cap. I stay with the heat, and that's a fact. Volcanoes and earthquakes, we make it shake. Wild ass niggas, you shameless. Keep talking bad, I make it famous. Good juju, bad juju. Protected by the Black Widow. Let them niggas know I'm coming. Y'all niggas summoning the demon, but I'm the demon that's coming. I'm God killer, and I'm the one gunning. Top flight number one. Now see that flame done came. And now y'all bitches running. Good juju, bad juju. God killer, and I'm the one gunning. Volcanoes and earthquakes, we make it shake. Let them niggas know I'm coming. I'm the demon that's coming. Protected by the Black juju, bad juju.
Yeah, I'm coming. Y'all know I'm coming. Y'all already know I'm coming. What y'all talking about, man? We don't get off that easy around here like that, man. Yeah. Y'all see key academic sources right here, man. Go get them. A companion to African philosophy, Blackwell, Horton, Patterns of Thought in Africa and the West, Cambridge Press, UNESCO 2021, Science, Technology, Innovation in Africa, Youth, Education and Development in Africa, Afrobarometer, Snapping, The Scientific Revolution, University of Chicago Press. Yeah, what we doing? What we doing? Yeah, all right. Yeah, let me see what we doing. We doing this. This is what we doing. Now we're getting into traditional medicine. Y'all don't want to talk about that. Chinese and African traditional medicine. Ancient science, the question right there, understanding traditional medicine system versus modern science. Yeah. Understanding ancient science, Chinese and African traditions, medicine are best described as traditional or proto-scientific medicine systems, not identical to modern science, but y'all want to act like it is, don't y'all? This presentation clarifies the damn distinctions. Evolution of medical knowledge. See, I'm gonna show y'all right here how medical knowledge from indigenous culture, gets picked up by modern science. See, y'all acting like the only place where nature occurs is in Africa. No, nature occurs around planet Earth, in the universe, ladies and gentlemen. Plants grow everywhere, and humans take advantage of the plants that grow everywhere, and they use them for medical purposes. Am I making this up? Here, a conceptual framework. Traditional medicine. See, this is part of the social, spiritual system. And you're right, King J, with that comment in there. You're absolutely right, brother. Because proto-science is definitely off the table. Traditional medicine, indigenous healing practices, and knowledge. Y'all saying they ain't had that? I'm saying they did. Proto-scientific knowledge, empirical observations, and practical remedies. Modern science, rigorous testing, reproducibility, and evidence-based methods. That's not in traditional African, Chinese, or African medicine. They didn't need that. Y'all keep thinking they needed that. They didn't. Traditional medicine versus modern science. Traditional medicine, broadly defined by the WHO, encompasses knowledge, skills, and practices based on cultural beliefs and experiences. Modern science, a narrow method with stricter evidence rules requiring controlled testing, reducibility, and open criticism. You don't have open criticism because you got to get into the guild. You got to get initiated into the system. It's different. They didn't need that. They needed what they had, and they was great at it. Define traditional medicine by the WHO: knowledge, skills, and practices indigenous to different cultures. So different cultures have indigenous ideas based around their environment, their indigenous environment, their indigenous plants, their indigenous animals. Now, based on theories, beliefs, and experiences, it was based off their beliefs. Man, we talk about how beliefs and mythology and folklore, all that's in the game, y'all. It says used to maintain health, to prevent, diagnose, and improve or treat illnesses. They're doing it right now in Africa to the clip of 70 to 80%. Y'all know that? Look it up. Broader than modern biomedical science, includes belief-based framework. It said it's broader on what they was doing. Remember, they let everything in. Remember that. But they did it at a high level. Distinguishing from modern science. See, traditional medicine offers valuable observations and practical remedies, making ancient science a loose phrase. Loose, bro, because that ain't what they was doing. Now, modern science requires controlled testing, reducibility, open criticism, revision based on the evidence. They ain't need that. That ain't what that was. They had a whole different system, y'all. Y'all don't want that system. Yes, y'all do. African traditional medicine, ATM. ATM, and the broad umbrella term, is a broad umbrella term encompassing diverse healing practices across the continent rather than a single unified system. Science is a single unified system. They didn't have a single unified system. But y'all hating? Do y'all think the people in our valley had the same system as the people in Western Central Africa as the same people in South Africa? No, y'all cheating. And y'all scamming if y'all say that. It's not true. Had their own paladins, had their own institutions, had their own medical plants, diversity. Yeah, they had their own thing. Food. Components of African traditional medicine. Herbal remedies are central to many practices, including bone setting, midwifery, and community healing. They're doing it right now. Often incorporates spiritual, ancestral, and cosmological elements. Is that not what they still doing today at a clip of 70 to 80%? Yes, it is. So why y'all gotta lie about it? Why y'all lying about it? They incorporate their spiritual and ancestral cosmological elements into their medical plants. We're gonna lie about it now? That's exactly what they do. And they did it at high level to the point where right now in the modern world, they still doing it. Y'all gonna deny that? WHO, Africa's perspective. The WHO, Africa views traditional medicine as a cultural rooted health category, distinct from modern scientific methods. Now, it's distinct. So y'all saying y'all don't want those indigenous cultures in Africa to have distinction from modern science? Did y'all say it's the white man thing? Y'all don't want to have distinctions now. So y'all don't really want to know about traditional custom and traditions. Y'all don't want it. Y'all want to play. See, I ain't gonna let y'all play with me with my good name. No, sir. It's distinct. And they did it at high level to the point where in modern times, they're still doing it to the tune of 70 to 80%. 70 or 80% of the medicine practice in Africa is what is culturally rooted, is distinct from modern scientific methods. Yeah. Recommended terminology, described as traditional medicine or indigenous or traditional indigenous medical knowledge rather than modern science. See, y'all don't want that. Avoid calling it ancient African science without qualifications, as this blurs distinction between medicine, beliefs, and method. See, they trick y'all with the African science bullshit. It's trickery. Make the distinction. What the hell y'all talking about? See? Yeah. African traditional medicine's usage, prevalence, and impact. Who African data? Y'all go look this up. 70 to 80% percentage of the regions using ATM as primary health care. So the primary health care is not science-based. It's traditional medicine. It's their primary health care. And so did everybody on the continent of Africa die? Nope. All right then. It must be working, huh? Most popular, herbal treatments are the most widely used form of ATM, African traditional medicines. Why ain't they telling y'all this? Because they're not. They ain't even doing an evidence-based method. They doing herbal treatments. Now, y'all don't like the herbal treatments? Widespread trust, viewed as accessible and culturally appropriate health care. That's how they view their traditional African spiritual systems, as accessible and culturally appropriate health care. That's appropriate. But y'all African Americans don't think it's appropriate. Y'all want them to have science-based medicine, but they don't. They ain't listening to y'all. Funny. Yeah, that's how we doing it. Traditional Chinese medicine, TMC, is a long-standing codified medical tradition with practices ranging from evidence-based support to those with weak or mixed support. ACCIH on traditional Chinese medicine, TMC, has evolved over thousands of years. Uses psychological, physical approaches like, acupuncture and Tai Chi. Y'all do that too over here, right? Of course. Incorporates herbal products to address health problems. They're still doing it in China. Evidence for TMC approaches. Some TMC approaches may improve quality of life and certain pain conditions. Studies on Chinese herbal products show mixed results for various conditions. Safety considerations for TCM. The NCCIH notes potential contamination and serious side effects from some Chinese herbal products. Modern scientific evaluation remains critical for safety. Is it ancient science? A careful answer acknowledges historical significance, but distinguishes it from modern scientific methodology. Yeah. They lying to y'all. Common perception of ancient science, often used to describe old bodies of practical knowledge about nature, medicine, agriculture, or astronomy, implies historical importance and practical applications rather than strict scientific method. They hit the rewind button. Key conclusion: traditional medicine versus science. ATM and TCM contains real observations and practice, but are not identical to modern science as a method. Best described as historically important medical knowledge systems with empirical elements subject to scientific testing. Academic labeling, traditional medicine, indigenous knowledge, ethnomedicine, proto-scientific knowledge. Y'all don't want to use the proto thing. Remember? Yeah, I like to understand that. Final thought, traditional medicine can contribute to scientific understanding, but should not be automatically equated with modern science. All right, 1 second. Let me get back. All right, hold on. Let me do it this way. All right, y'all should be able to hear me, right?
Protected by the black widow. Good juju, bad juju. Let them niggas know I'm coming. Y'all niggas summoning the demons, but I'm the demon that's coming. Good demon time. Good juju, bad juju. I'm God killer and I'm the one gunning. Top flight number 1. Now look, I'm standing at the junction. Good juju, bad. With knowledge and reality function facts. Now see that flame done came. And now y'all bitches running. Let them niggas know I'm coming. Let them niggas know I'm coming. Y'all niggas summon the demons, but I'm the demon that's coming. I'm God killer, and I'm the one gunning. Top flight number 1. Now see that flame done came. And now y'all bitches running. All y'all life you been sitting on the benches. 2 dimensions. Cap, bitch, I avoid the trenches. I'm a home run over the fences. You say you study, that's cap. I stay with the heat, and that's a fact. Volcanoes and earthquakes, we make it shake. Wild ass niggas, you shameless. Keep talking bad, I make it famous. Good juju, bad juju. Protected by the black widow. Let them niggas know I'm coming. Y'all ain't coming in the demon, but I'm the demon that's coming. I'm God killer, and I'm the one gunning. Top flight number 1. Now see that flame done came. And now y'all bitches running. Good juju, bad juju. God killer, and I'm the one gunning. Volcanoes and earthquakes, we make it shake. Let them niggas know I'm coming. I'm the demon that's coming. Protected by the black juju, bad juju.
Yeah, let them know I'm coming, yo. Let them know I'm coming, yo. Y'all know what it is, man. Yeah, we're ignoring the chat. We don't want to confuse the high-level information that's being presented here, man. All right. Y'all can go back. Y'all can get the books, sources that I push forward for y'all, man. Get the good education, man. So now I want to talk about what the African youth are doing. This is what the average African American won't do. They want to talk about it from their perspective. They're essentially acting like colonized minds. They're going to tell you what Africa needs. Let me talk about what the African youth think they need. This is where we at. So, African youth, traditional knowledge, systems, and modern science, bridging the heritage of innovation. They want to bridge it. African youth, bridging. 2 words. See that? 2 words. Most young Africans are educated in modern scientific frameworks, while traditional systems continue primarily as religious or cultural practices. This presentation explores the dynamic intersection of these knowledge systems. See, it's got to be separate to have an intersection, don't it? Yeah, y'all understand what the damn intersection is, don't you? I bet you do. Foundation in modern science. Formal education systems across Africa are based on global scientific standards. This is what's going on in Africa. See, while y'all live in a wild world where you take everybody back to the Stone Age and y'all think y'all kicking it, y'all think y'all living when y'all produce Stone Age ideas in the damn space age. Y'all tripping. Universities teach disciplines like physics, biology, chemistry, and engineering. This occurs in Africa, ladies and gentlemen. What the hell is the conscious community talking about? Methodologies are internationally recognized, derived from the scientific method. This is what Africa really doing. Y'all tripping. Traditional knowledge and cultural spirituality. Traditional systems like Ifa, deviation, and voodoo function primarily as religious and cultural practices. Yeah. Anthropologists classify these traditions as religious and indigenous knowledge systems. They say they provide cultural explanations for natural phenomenon, distinct from scientific framework. I'm going to say this again. They provide cultural explanations for natural phenomenon and is distinct from scientific framework. Growing scientific technologies and participation. Scientific growth in STEAM, education and technology, startups across Africa. See, this is why the pseudo killers visit Africa. Why y'all don't? We talking about recently. Big up the good juju, bad juju in Africa, promoting STEM. Big up the Dr. Oyama in Africa, promoting STEM. So you mean to tell me y'all out here running your mouth while the pseudo killers is actually doing that? Actually got programs? Big up to the Master Clan warriors putting books in Africa. Y'all can't do what the hell I do. Y'all can't do what the pseudo killers do. Y'all just can't do it. Y'all can't do what Dr. Oyama do. All y'all can really do is throw tomatoes from the comment section. That's all you really can do. Innovation in mobile banking and digital services driven by African entrepreneurs, not African Americans. Establishment and expansion of national space agencies in several African countries. Go ahead and take the traditional shit and see if they can get in the space age with it. Why y'all talk crazy? Yeah, y'all talk crazy. Yeah. Yeah, don't make me say it. Sociology, observations, navigating dual perspectives. Many African youth combine modern scientific education with religious or cultural beliefs. Individuals work in science and technology fields while maintaining traditional cultural practice. The same way a damn Christian do. He goes to church on Sunday and take his ass in the lab to work on Monday. This pattern of integrating diverse belief systems is observed globally, not just in Africa. Like in India, y'all, like in China. Scientists go to work every day in these different countries and practice their traditional systems, separate from the lab, because we understand what science is. Now, don't we, ladies and gentlemen? Science ain't got nothing to do with your cultural perspectives at all.
Let them niggas know I'm coming. Y'all niggas summon the demons, but I'm the demon that's coming. I'm God killer and I'm the one gunning. Boom, boom. Top flight #1, yeah. Now look, I'm standing at the junction. But knowledge and reality function. Facts. Now see that flame done came. And now y'all bitches running. Let them niggas know I'm coming. Y'all niggas summon the demons, but I'm the demon that's coming. I'm God killer and I'm the one gunning. Top flight #1, yeah. Now see that flame done came. All y'all life you been sitting on the benches, yeah. 2 dimensions, cat. Bitch, I avoid the trenches. I'm a home run over the fences. You say you study, that's cat. I stay with the heat, and that's the fact. Volcanoes and earthquakes, we make it shake. While this niggas, you're shameless. Keep talking, bet I make you famous.
Yeah. Somebody there say, I worship science. Y'all, they out your mind. I just told you we ain't talking about science. We talking about tradition, didn't I? Yeah, that's what I said. They can't hear. Yeah. Anyway, I'm dropping that link. All right. And don't get up here with the fool. Don't get batted up. Man, it's gonna make me say things that's gonna be mean. Don't do it. Be nice. Man, hit the Cash App, show some love, man. Y'all gonna have to show some love, man. Y'all definitely gonna have to show some damn love. Hit the Cash App, man. Show some love, man. We up here working, man. We working, man. Show the love. Because we working. All right? We working. And you know we got that debate coming up. All right? Y'all know it. All right? Man, look. Yeah, that was old JJ. I'm right here. That was I'm playing episodes, right? Look on it. Look on my playlist, right? Look on the channel. I got episode 1 where the actual conversation started about science when I did my early presentation, and I titled it African Scientific Thinking, right? And I took us all the way back to the Stone Age. That's how I actually started my presentation. Then I took it to the House of Wisdom, right? I talked about how that was a bridge, right? Then Reggie dumped in with the nonsense. I played that part in episode 2, how he came with the African science, how he disrespected totally a pseudo killer. Cedric, right? Cedric was trying to make a point and trying to educate the audience of what African science was, right? African science is not science. African science is traditional spiritual medicine systems, right? He got laughed at and joked. All right. I show that in this early episode right here. So I'm showing a progression. Then tomorrow I'll play episode 3. All right. And I think that's important to continue to do that so people can recognize the damn conversation, man. What's going on, man? How you doing, bro? Hey, guess what? I wanted to show you how I was really kicking that African thing. You get it? Like they all messed my conversation up, bro. I was always kicking that African thing. You feel me? Right? Yeah. I put it where it was supposed to be, yo. I never disrespect the tradition and the customs of the people I come from, bro. But they make it seem like that, right? Yeah. Because of science. Science is just a way of gaining knowledge, yo. We had different systems beside that. I don't practice scientism. I don't think that science is the only way to gain knowledge. I don't think that. I think the ancient people had a way of gaining knowledge that was unique and different. And they borrowed pieces of that and would later on, based off of cumulative effect, form what we now call science out of that wisdom systems, bro. That's what I was saying the whole time, bro. They all made it up on some bullshit, bro. They tricked you. They tricked everybody. Crazy, bro.
Indigenous. Hey, it got me heated, man. Came over there and lied to me. Said, listen, what he say? You know what I'm saying? You have to peek there and buy your payphone, man. You gotta do better than what you're doing.
but listen, what I just showed was what I played in March, right? Wait, 2, 3, 4 weeks ago. What's up, Muhammad? What's good with you?
This guy.
Shalom, everybody.
Yeah, it was good. You said that episode, right?
Yeah, because you did the part 1 the other day, and I think this was part 2.
Part 2. Yeah. I'm showing you how the conversation went, bro. I never disrespected Africa. I never took away what the indigenous people did. I just put it in its proper framework like we supposed to do as students.
Yeah, but during that conversation, they was telling me the other day that I was being disrespectful, talking down. But my only pushback, kind of on, just about agreeing with you were saying the other day when they was talking about as far as science and just dealing with Africa. And then it was a couple of days ago, I was dialoguing with a brother, and they called me all kind of stupid idiots because he was like, yeah, when you have these certain tribes in Africa, whenever they did this dance or when they were, as far as, the Egyptian people too, reading a spell, it makes the medicine work even better. And I was like, well, technically that don't make sense because medicine is medicine. It's going to work whether if you do a dance or read a spell.
Yeah,
so I just wanted to say that right quick. Yeah,
no, that's a great point, Dan. That's a great point,
crazy.
Bro. No, that's a great point. So they trying to act like first of all, the point that we making is they didn't know whether they felt like the spell was making it work, bro. That's the whole point. We're saying that whether they had a spell or not, it either work or it don't. So actually the spell had no bearing on the whole situation, but they just didn't know that. But guess what? That's okay. That's at a certain time in history. Do you know how long it took for us to realize that the spells don't have nothing to do with it? It took 350,000 years, bro. Don't put all that weight on them. Hell, in the 1800s in America, bro, you got doctors, you got medicine men, you got snake oil salesmen. I'm gonna ask you, Muhammad, what's the difference between the three I just named? Doctors, snake oil salesmen, and charlatans, yo. What's the difference between the three?
Well, you said a doctor,
Doctor, charlatan,
a
snake oil,
charlatan,
snake
and a
oil
snake oil.
salesman. What's the difference in the 1800s? What's the difference between the three of them?
Well, I would probably say, they all selling something. Is as far
Is
as
it a
to help
difference?
heal people.
Is it a
To
difference?
help heal people.
Do you think it's a difference?
A doctor, charlatan, and a snake oil
Snake
doctor.
oil salesman. Snake oil salesman. He running
A
around in a
snake oil
car, the
salesman.
horse selling oil to heal people. Doctor running around with the bag. The charlatan running around
Exactly.
scamming people. Do you
Yeah,
know what the
exactly.
difference? Do you know what the difference is? Do you think there's a difference between the three? Yes or no? Just answer that.
No.
Right. It wasn't no damn difference. That's the whole point. That's how long it took, bro. It wasn't no different. The doctor was just as wild as the charlatan that was just as wild as the snake oil salesman in America. You get it?
And
Like,
then,
man, so hold
yeah,
on. So I'm never down in the damn Egyptians for putting spells on the shit. You get it? Come on, man.
it was gonna work regardless if they put a spell on it or not.
Right. It don't matter. My point I'm trying to make here is at 2500 BCE or 1600 BCE, you know what I'm saying, when they write the papyrus and still have spells on it, I'm not check marking them like they lost their mind, because in the 1800s, 1850, hell, the Civil War, they was cutting people's legs off, bloody hands, wasn't even washing it. They ain't know. That's what I'm saying. So why we expect the Egyptians to know? Nobody knew, bro. That's the whole point.
Facts. And I don't know if you remember when I bought out this point the other day, when it said no, that science applied with spells wasn't considered science, and it said science that requires empirical evidence, the observation, testabilities, and irreputability, while spells and magic and witchcraft fall under myth, superstition, or supernatural folklore.
Right. Come on, man. Of course,
I'm getting better. I'm learning. I'm getting better.
You is getting better,
getting
bro.
better.
Take your time, yo. Take your time, bro. Take your time, yo. Come on, man. I did a whole presentation yesterday on the Egyptians using spells, on the Greeks using spells. Like, get out of here with that, man. Using magic, bro. I did it. I talked about the treaties against magic. So to have a treaties against something, you must be doing it. Come on, man. I mean, right? People just talk crazy, right? People are anachronistic. They actually placing who they are and what we do now back on ancient people. I think that's a hard thing to do, to separate yourself as an African American who actually use technology all day, every day, right? Who actually, I'm saying, try to understand what science is. It's hard for us to voice ourselves. From that, when we look at the ancient cultures, we think they had what we had, right? Or we think they should have what we have. I can take you to a place where humans don't need. Right now, if everybody took off their damn shoes, yo, the African race would not disappear, yo. We'd be fine. Humans don't even need shoes, yo. It's something we've grown accustomed to. Our feet would go back, widen out a little bit, and we'd be fine, yo. The race would not fall apart. They would not, yo.
Big facts, Bobby. Big facts.
So I mean, I can't make a person understand that, right? And so we got comments in the chat. I'm not reading no comments from the chat. You either put some money on that situation, $2 thing, and I'll read your comment no matter what it is. If you got some disdain about what I'm saying, you either hit that panel, right, or go ahead and hit that daggone super chat. That's how we do this around here. Yo, we're not playing no more with y'all. You're not even important at the end of the day. If you don't feel a need, if your question can't put no money behind it, then the question must not be that serious. You just a chatty and a patty.
Hey, yo, Ankh, I got a question. I got a question for you, and I just wanted your critical thinking on this. I was dialoguing with somebody maybe about last week, and a brother told me, he said that the Kemetic people built Stonehenge.
Oh no, that's
And
retarded. Come on, man. Stop it. You Eastern Europeans
I
built.
was like, okay,
I
I
heard you
did
in
go
that
to high
conversation.
school.
I heard that. I heard your
I
conversation.
did graduate with a diploma, and I was like, from all my studies, I thought they was like, if you could correct me, I don't want to say, was it Indo-European or some kind of
Indo-European.
Okay. And I think they use it for some type of calendar / for ritual purposes too.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. Okay. Yeah, I knew I wasn't wrong, but they
No,
tried
it
to
was a
make
calendar. It was a Stonehenge was a calendar phone.
exactly. And they
Right.
tried to
So
make it
you
seem like
don't need
they
black
tried to
people
make it
or
seem like I
African
was
people or green people. No, they're gonna do that because they don't think nobody else can do it.
they try to make it seem like I was like some type of idiot or something. And then the guy pulled a source and said, "Oh, I forgot this guy's name, but it was a bogus source. It was he said it came from a German mathematician."
And wasn't
that said,
that Omar? Wasn't that Johanna that did that?
Let me read this super chat. Big up to Kyle again. I thought you was jumping on Kyle. I can't believe.
I'm not gonna answer that question, JJ.
Hold on for a minute. I can't believe that people fight to be stupid. Yeah, that's exactly what they do.
Yeah, and that was crazy because I was like, okay, you telling me they made it all the way to Stonehenge, and then if I'm not even mistaken, the megalithic tons of stones didn't even come from that area.
It did. It came from that area. Stones came.
Well, that area, but I'm saying I think they got the stones from further up north.
In that area.
That area, yeah. Yeah. That's what I was saying. So I was just like, yeah, and they call me all kind of dummies and
right. Yo,
ridiculous
thing ever, yo.
I stood on my square. I got tough skin. They didn't budge me though. But I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they try to make you on your square. Yeah, but they pseudos, bro.
Yeah. I just wanted your input on that though. You can let the brother JJ go.
Yeah, Brother Muhammad, man, you getting better. Now, can you go ahead and tell the world what happened to you a couple nights ago when you tried to,
man, brother, we not up here for that, JJ.
2000, you got to tell the world.
You know what though?
Did you get beat up? Yes or no?
Listen.
Did 7,000 beat you? Yes or no? That's all you got to say. Yes or no?
Did you admit it? Here's the thing here. I'm not one of those brothers that is sit here and act like I'm gonna go into a battle / dialogue with a brother and act like somebody didn't make their point more than what I made my point. Maybe I couldn't eloquently maybe speech it better. I think I did make a good point, but it was just the way that you worded it. And you know what? You got the better of me. I will admit that as the man. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Yeah, I could stand corrected.
That's right.
Because I don't know if you was in the chat earlier. I put in the chat because Reggie got mad at Sid because Sid pulled some research paper, and that was a direct source. Reggie got mad because Sid was getting ready to read it and then kicked him off the panel. And then And then the other brother basically read it, I think King J, and basically just kind of verified what said was gonna say anyway. So the thing is, I put in the chat, I said, why is it so hard for a brother to say, you know what, I'm wrong and I stand corrected? So you know what? In that battle, you did get the best of me. And
All
you know
right.
what? It was some areas that I could stand corrected. But guess what? I'm
You
learning,
hit
I'm still
right.
studying, and we gonna get it in again. We gonna get it in again. But you
Right.
know,
Hey, man, that's
you got the best of me. I'll be honest. It ain't no sweat. It ain't no
hey,
sweat.
that's love, brother Muhammad. Because you know what? I've been wrong in a couple situations myself, and I'll admit that. So there's nothing wrong with admitting that you're wrong. You know. Now I would like the audience to go ahead and help me out real quick. If we could take some donations for disingenuous con man. Get him. I got this $500 book. How to do those StreamYard for dummies. If we can collect this a donation pot to get this guy up here, man, it'd be a blessing. Go ahead, Alex. You got
Get him a phone.
yeah.
He need a
You take
phone. Yeah, you probably think the phone causes cancer or something. That's how pseudo he is.
Right. You know, the phones can get him cancer. I mean, I ain't never heard no like that in my life. But go ahead, family.
Oh
I'm
man.
listening.
Oh wow. Wow. Yeah. Anybody telling you the Stonehenge was created by Egyptians is a straight pseudo. I can tell you the white boy that even said it. Like, that's just wow, man. Like the black guys just don't think that anybody can do anything without them. You know how arrogant that is? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no survivability without continental Africans. Continental Africans that's crazy. Continental Africans did their thing along with other humans. But they never of the sole creators of what would later on become science. It's a cumulative knowledge, yo. It's a human endeavor. That's why I can fit everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, so look, I can't make people get it, right? We big up the Mel, though. I see you. Yeah, indigenous just wild out. For sure. Yeah, he's all over the place.
Yeah, messed up the show over there on Killer Priest, man. We blame you. Me and Uncle doing our
Yeah,
thing.
we definitely blame you, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
man.
gotta blame him. He was bugging. You was like, what, yo? He was definitely bugged out. Yeah, we gotta blame him. If I could find this picture, man, yo, it's a picture which will help you. Muhammad, let me see. I swear to goodness, yo, it's a great picture, yo. I need not the logo, picture, no trademark, no. Let me see if I can find something, yo. It's a great thing. I think I can have it. Nope.
Hey, Uncle, I'm gonna jump off and throw you a donation. I'm gonna jump back on.
All right, appreciate you, bro. That's love, man. Appreciate that. There's a picture, man. Man. If I could just find this picture, yo, it's a good one. It's with let me see here, man. I'm gonna do, once we finish with this science thing, man. Once we bring some people through, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get into the tetrapods. All right, we're gonna talk about the fish. All right. Seems to be something interesting. If I could just find a new. All right, let's see it real quick here. I think I can find it. Richard Dawkins. Let me see. Let's see if I can find this real quick for y'all. Richard. And then I would definitely want to play Neil deGrasse Tyson. Y'all act like y'all ignored Neil. Nobody said nothing about Neil when Neil said what he said, yo. Everybody just ignored Neil deGrasse. They play the stuff they want to play. But they don't play the stuff.
Yo, is Dawkins that the British like biologist guy?
Yeah,
that they himself kind of. Oh, okay.
He go hard. Let me see. Shoot, man, yo, I want to find this picture, man. It's a serious, it's work, bro. That ain't it. Damn. Let me see if I can find it. I think I might be able to find it, man. and to get y'all going. No, it ain't dead. Let me try it one more time. Try this route one more time. See if we can get y'all there. Full effect, man. Man, show some love to the channel. Blind watchmaker. Nope. 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 Not that. Not that.
Yo, Ankh, you know what's crazy?
What's crazy?
Richard Dawkins would be considered African.
Now, well, he always called himself African, though. He called all humans African.
He was born in Kenya.
But he called all humans the African species.
Yeah, Nairobi.
Yeah. Yeah. But you see, he would not be indigenous to Africa, though. That's the difference.
Correct.
Man. Can't believe I don't have that, bro. All right. I don't got it. Probably gotta go through the YouTube. Yeah, so all right. Think we had a good place, man. Think we had a real good place in this conversation, man. My fault, Cedric. What's up? Let me read this, man. Man, hey, big up. I'm not an expert, man. Disingenuous calm, man. Caught me off guard. JJ is a funny cat. Why he do it been like that? Indigenous black man like that, man. Hey, big up to that donation, man. We reading these super chats, man. All right, where you at, Valsa, man? Okay. The School of Athens painting covers y'all discussion. They say the School of Athens painting covers y'all discussion. What you mean? You gotta explain that more.
Of one of the slides I presented.
Huh?
I showed what the school looks like, right? And back in those days where you got a group of people in a big hall standing there pretty much doing bravado. It is as if you're on the New York corner and they kicking it.
Yep, I got you.
And that painting also illustrates at that time, even you got scholars from all over the place. You see Greeks, you see people from the Islamic culture, you see North Africans, you see Jews. So there are different cultures and different people depicted in that painting. Go back to my SED talks. I say a picture says 1,000 words. So shout out, my brother. Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about? He was talking about your slide? Is that what he was talking about?
No, he was talking about a particular painting that shows what the scholarship looks like, right? And I have that particular painting in one of my episodes.
Okay. All right.
I just want to say shalom to brother Sid, man. I hope all is well, brother.
Peace to you, my brother. Yes. Thank you. Hope all is well with you too.
Yes, sir.
Man, I can't believe I can't. First, so what's going on, Cedric? You ain't going live today, right? Correct?
No.
Good. Got Preem going.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be in the lab, quote unquote, getting ready for tomorrow, and just playing my supporting role for others on the platform today, or if necessary. You know how we do. Y'all tune in to SED Talks every weekday, and we launched a new show last night. It's called The Lab, and it's more like an autopsy room. So we clip them up and we take them to an academic and systemic dismantling of the claims. Just the way I like to do things, nice and tight. And then we break out with a little bit of rumble, run the gauntlet after that presentation. So y'all stick around. Pseudo Killers, Community Skeptics. Yeah, y'all lit the fire. Now we gonna keep burning.
Yeah, Reggie did that cheating. He was cheating. And then lost his mind over words. It was crazy how he did that, yo.
Climbing from jump. All emotional, diving out the window behind a nut like Ashe. The last airbender, the Egyptians knew the elements. Egyptians knew the water, wind, fire, the earth. craziness. Reggie, a grown ass man, dive out the window behind that and completely lost his mind. A bunch of mumbo jumbo rhetoric. But he exposed one thing about himself, what we always thought for a long time. He proved that he's a natural philosopher and likes to make it up. He's just making it up as he goes. He's not really grounded. He doesn't really understand anything. He's flim-flamming, camouflaging. Once you get in this arena where you have to be systemic and you have to apply proper methodology, they are always going to fall to the wayside. Reggie has no clue what he is talking about. He's grandstanding. And the rest of them are too. Stay tuned. This Saturday's episode is going to be interesting on the lab. I'm already working on the framework, so you don't know.
This Saturday? Oh, that's right, for the lab. I got you. All right, I'm trying to find this daggone picture, man. Whew. Boy, man. Y'all ever watch the holiday series, lecture series, yo? Holiday lecture series. Evolution, Charles Darwin, off the chain. Type that in. Pleasant surprise there. Yeah, I can't seem to find it, man. I'm gonna find this, yo. The last thing I do, man.
You know what is so funny? Going through this exercise, we actually see the serendipitous nature of the development of science, right? Mm-hmm. It was by accident. It was because of a crisis of knowledge, which eventually led to the establishment of this system. Even within the framework of the system, you see serendipity at play. Descartes, he wasn't trying to do nothing for science. He was trying to reestablish the authority of the state. Serendipity, he created a system, right, that ultimately led to the state and the authority being absolutely stripped. So if you understand this process, how can you now try to retrofit a concept in the past that is a development in the future and by accident, not purpose-driven? How do you make that equation? It happened by accident, but the ancient peoples had it with purpose. It just makes no sense. There's no way around these arguments to even make a coherent attempt.
Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, because even when you find a particular person doing something, it's not going to be the whole, it's not going to be the, it's not going to contain, it's going to be like at the forefront, it's going to be right there. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be that. I mean, it's not even hard, and it's understandable because things are so, I think people just think when you say the word science is that it's not even, it's counterintuitive.
Ultimately is.
Yeah, man. They just, when they use the word science in ancient times, they're just trying to say they had a body of knowledge. They was, and I get the confusion, but once we explain it, we're not trying to explain it to get one up on nobody.
No, we highlight the fact that that's the reality. We understand the misconception, and we go through the exercise of illustrating it. Yesterday, again, last night in the lab, when I actually read from the Britannica source, you are reading clearly. In this article, we are using science to mean any rational. So it's indicating science is being used in its broadest sense. It talks about the ancient science, and it talks about the modern variation. When we're talking about Geiger meters and these type of things, you must understand the epistemic rupture to identify they are talking about two different epistemic regimes. You just simply must. But they want to fight. And what is there to win? Science is, reality is, history is simply what it is. You cannot, from your YouTube seat, Reggie, from your armchair with your floppy disk level knowledge, think that you're going to rewrite history. This revisionism that you attempt to do cannot take place in this modern environment. Any information prior to Papa, where falsification came into the game, is dismissed. So we are the falsifiers, Reggie. And you're busted. Get out of here. Nonsense. Got everybody talking about that prefix. That prefix is there for a reason. he got he got he got our cheap metal brass echoing the same nonsense. Well, Ankh, the modern, the prefix is there for a reason, right? That
And
comes completely.
what is he trying to say with that though? I'm kind of confused. Like, what is
It's
he?
a prefix fallacy. It is trying to create a linear progression, right? So
Okay.
ancients had less science, and with more knowledge, we got more science, and with more knowledge, we got modern science. And you're gonna get future science, and you're gonna get space science. And he's trying to create a linear progression by using these prefixes fallaciously, right? It is within the context of the conversation that these prefix has validity. And in that context, we are talking about modern knowledge, a system called science. Like all Reggie is doing is showing his like his vocabulary or his grammatical structures in his head are very rudimentary. He cannot properly articulate these things. Right? He cannot put the synonyms in the right place to extract the original or the intended meaning of what he's reading. He's reading on a very superficial level and claiming to be an academic writing abstract when he doesn't have the intellectual depth to read what is in front of him. It is ridiculous. And this man dove out the window behind Ashe, the last airbender. Come on. Oh. Get out of here.
Yeah, we gotta all get our life together. Slow it down. Slow these conversations way down, man. Yeah, I can't find that, Cedric. I get it. Man.
Hey, yo, Unc, what was you specifically looking for?
It's deep. It's showing you. It was for you to show you how evolution actually works.
Was it
No, it's showing
something about Dawkins or
no.
somebody else?
No. Hey, Judah, big up for the donation, man. Disingenuous con man is a nutcase. He talking about disrespect. No. Big up the JJ. No, yo, it's a deck. Okay, imagine a deck of cards, right? You know what a deck of cards look like, right?
Gotcha.
Now, that first card is you. You see your face on it, right? Let's go down 10 cards. That's your great-great-grandmother. All right? We're going to pull that card, right? Boom. All right? Let's go to the ancestors that was on slave ship. Let's pull that card. Boop. They still looking like each other, right? Similar, right? Let's go back to 5,000 years, right? Pull that card. Boop. All right? As you go back, we're pulling cards, right? Now, the space in between is the fossils we have not found. Right? Because there's plenty of people, slave bodies that was lost in oceans. We don't have the bones for it, bro. All right. We have let's go back 5,000, pull a card. Let's go back 10,000. Let's go to the Neolithic Revolution, 6,000. Boom. Let's go back to the Ice Age, 12,000. Pull a card. Boom. You go back 20,000, humans are starting to look different. But you don't got every single human that ever lived bones. But as you pull them cards, you'll see. Let's go back to 1 million. Boom. You don't got no humans. But you got something that look just like humans, though. Right? You got archaic humans. Let's go back 2 million. Right? You start to get back to the common ancestor. Doesn't look human. Doesn't look like an ape. There's something in between. Right? Go back. Watch this. Go back 40 million years. You start looking a little shaky. You say, man, that is like a damn monkey. That's not your modern monkey, but it does look like a monkey, right? Boom. Let's go back 350,000. You say, that's a damn fish. But if you had every single fossil from fish all the way up to you, bro, you could see the slow, easy transition over 350 million years. So the deck of cards represents time, and the cards you pull represents the pieces you did find. Do you get that, yo? I wish I could show it to you, yo, because it was a good one. Do you get that?
So I'm trying to walk with you, and
I know it's gonna be hard, bro.
I do got a question. I do got a question, but it's coming from a genuine. It's coming from a genuine
try to
spot.
think about
Like,
that first, though. Before you ask the question, think about that first.
Yeah.
Kind of think into that. A deck of cards. A deck of cards represent all the time, right? The cards I don't pull up because we don't got the bones. but I'm still able to pull cards though, right? You get it? And if you go back far enough, you're gonna end up at that damn fish. But go ahead.
And like I said, my question is just coming from a genuine spot. I'm not trying to challenge you on that.
You can challenge me on that, but just try to understand it.
No. I am, and that's why I'm walking with you. I'm just having I'm trying to wrap my brain around that. If there's certain things that are missing, then the evidence doesn't line up. Like, so would I be wrong about saying that, or is it like a system of plug and play? I don't know if I worded that right.
Let me take you away from humans. Let's jump on cars. So you can start at the Model T, right? You can start at the horse and buggy. You can start at humans pushing a cart. Let's start at humans dragging a cart, right? Okay. And we found it. We found the wood that was used to drag the cart. You got that?
I'm walking with you.
Now let's move up a little bit farther where we get a mule or something to drag the cart, right? It's built a little different, right? But we don't got that one though. We don't got it. Okay, no problem. But then we find where it's dragging, we see a horse dragging something. No wheels on it though, it's dragging it. Boom, we found that. Then we find something with wheels on it. We found that. But there's stages in between that. There's always stages in between. We just don't have that. The shit just, look, wood don't stay around forever, right? It deteriorated. Sometimes things are left in areas that don't deteriorate. Sometimes things fall in lava flows, which freezes them in time, right? Okay, so now we all the way up to horse and buggy, stagecoach. We found that. But watch this. We don't find the first car. We found pieces of it, bet. And then we never found no more Chryslers, but we found other cars by Mitsubishi. You know what I'm saying? You don't need everything, but you can see the transition all the way up to the modern cars now. You know what I'm saying? We found gas cars. We found some electric cars. We ain't found all of them, but we found some of them. You get that? You don't need everything. To know that there was a transition from humans pulling wagons to having pack animals pull animals, to having horses, pack animals pull things, to having horses pull things, to have horses pull stagecoaches, to the Model T car, all the week. We don't need all of them. We just need the segments. We need some of them. That's all you need. And then you can look back and say, okay, I see that transition. That makes sense?
It does, but and work with me. Don't beat me up, brother.
I ain't beating you up.
Work with me.
Say how it don't make sense.
Here's the thing here. So let's say if we looking at something and we're trying to build a case, we build a case based upon evidence. So each piece of evidence has to align with the piece that's before it. So if we lining up these pieces of evidence and we're missing pieces of the evidence that make everything's align perfectly, how can you prove that case if there's missing pieces of evidence? Because it's all supposed to line up. But if you can help me out.
I can. So Dan found the bones of Abraham, right? Correct?
No.
All right, but they found like temples and stuff that says Hebrew people, right?
Correct.
So that's why we say that there is a Hebrew people, even though we have not found the first Hebrew. You don't need the first Hebrew. People just be tricking y'all with that. You just need buildings and stuff. We found bones of their ancestors in that area between Egypt and going to Western Asia, the hill country, right? We found stuff there, but we ain't find Abraham, right? We ain't found none of a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things we have found, and we can safely say that there was a historical people called the Hebrews, the Israelites. You see, but we don't got everything though. Just because you don't got everything, we got enough to put the picture together. Apply that mindset to what I'm talking about, yo. Because you ain't never heard me say it wasn't no Hebrews. And we don't got all the pieces.
Can I use your own example of evidence?
Because you walk me Real quick, Cedric, my bad, brother. Real quick, because you did word it like that. Now it's
Mhm.
registering in my head and it's starting to make more sense. So
Yeah.
basically, just because we missing a few pieces to the puzzle, we can
A
still
lot of pieces. We can still base off what
we
we
can
have.
still
We
we
can
can
put it
still put
together.
the picture together.
Yeah, we put the picture together. It's not a big deal. We don't need a whole
Got you.
engine to know
Got
it's
you.
a damn
That makes
engine,
sense.
yo.
That makes sense now. Yeah, I'll mute up. My apologies, Cedric. My bad. That makes sense now, though. Thanks.
Yeah, if you get it, then my example is redundant.
Yeah, hell, we don't need you. Yo, if you know what a boxing glove look like, yo, you found a piece of it, you be like, oh, that may be a boxing glove. You don't need everything. And the trick, the people that's trying to trick us, make it seem like you need everything. That's on the religious arguments. Everybody think you don't need everything. You can find a post, right? That know that it was a daggone temple there. You don't need the whole damn temple.
Yeah, let me still use my analogy. You come to a spot and you see droppings, you see footprints, and you see some fur. Based on the evidence that is there, you're going to make an inference to the type of animal that is there. You're going to use your body of an ontological knowledge to make an inference. So the droppings seem that of a rabbit, the footprints, the way they're spread out, what falls within that rabbit group, and the hairs you find around, boom, they're indicative of a rabbit. You never saw the rabbit, but based on the evidence that is there, you can infer that it was a rabbit, right? So you don't need all the components to make a conclusion, right? It is based on the evidence that is there. An inference is made, and that inference is not arbitrary. There's a body of ontological evidence which substantiate that inference.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. That definitely makes sense. So if I can give a quick analogy, and if y'all can vouch for it, so let's say dealing with a car.
A car, yeah.
So yeah, so the body of the car ain't there, but I
Nope.
see an engine, I
Yep.
see a starter, I see
Yep.
a tuning belt, I see
Yep.
wheels, but the body in the body of the car ain't there.
Mhm.
But because of those key components, I know it's a car.
Yep. Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
That
Yep.
makes sense.
And based
I
off the
appreciate that.
different categories of cars, like a Chrysler and a Ford, right? You'll know what pieces fit roughly in the section that will build a Ford car and what will build a Chrysler car because they use different types of chassis. Some things are similar. So that's how they construct human fossils, right? They
Gotcha.
know basically
Gotcha.
roughly what a Homo sapien look like. So when they find a bone, right, or they find a skull that don't have those same things as a Homo sapien had roughly, then they know it's not a Homo sapien, but they know it's something else. And that's how to get these different types of archaic humans. And then when something is way out the range of that skull, they will hold. That's a whole different. That ain't because you got different types of humans. You do understand that, right?
Crystal
Okay.
clear.
So when they find a skull that don't look human at all, then they say, well, "What the hell is this?" Oh, we'll name this Australopithecine. They might find a hip bone. Is the hip bone designed to walk? Because based off the way your hip bone is designed, you can tell whether you walk upright, right? Or walk sometimes, right? Or are you a habitual walker? Or you like chimpanzees aren't habitual walkers. They get uncomfortable after a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Right?
As far as like knuckle down.
Yeah, they knuckle walkers. Yeah, they can tell by the knuckles. They can tell, right? So they know they knuckle walkers, right? Okay, that's the point. I'm trying to show you that you can and over time they've accumulated different fossils and it's hard, bro. Don't get it. It sounds like it's not. It's hard. And then sometimes they'll say, well, hold on, this really don't fit in that range, and they'll change it. They'll self-correct and change it. Sometimes something will be sitting in a museum for 30, 40 years, and they'll look and find it and like, oh man, we found a new fossil. The shit was always in the museum. You wasn't ready for it. They do that all the time, bro. It's not clean cut like we want it to be. And that kind of distinguishes religion. Religion is very clean cut, very to the point. Jesus died on this day for 3 days, or such and such. Abraham was here, boom, boom, boom. Very clean. Science, nature don't reveal itself to you clean like that. That's not how they go. What's going on, Joe?
Peace to the panel. What
Yeah,
up, Said? Said doing that good work. JJ beating up on and indigenous black man like that. I don't know why JJ doing him like that.
because he tricked
What
him.
it do? It's a good show. Hey, Muhammad. Hey, yo, them questions are great, man. I really like the questions, and I know like a lot of people be having them. I be having them questions. A lot of folks in the chat be having them questions. They may not ask them, but to be able to slow this conversation down and talk about it like y'all doing is really helpful. One of the things that did it for me, it's like raid to our community, but it did it for me. The Genome Project. Man, when they sequence the genetics of stuff now, they get pretty up, man. They come back and tell you 84% or something. You don't have to guess. You know that there's a common ancestor somewhere. You may not find it. You may never find it. But if I'm 84% like something, dude, oh snap. You're like, oh Lord, man, that's close to me right there. 84% is close. You do know what I'm referring to, right? When I say that, 84%.
Yeah, chimpanzees.
Yeah,
bonobo.
84%.
No,
Yeah, man, that's
more than
close.
that. They more than that.
Way higher. Way higher.
Way higher.
No, stop it. Don't fight me on this. It's not going to go well. Okay.
It's
don't go well, bro.
You're using, right? But overall, it's between the 94 and the 96%. But
We'll have our fat in the back. We'll have our fight in the back chat. We ain't gonna fight. We ain't gonna fight in public. We'll fight later. But the bottom line is, even if you go from 84 to 90 something, you're still talking about you're super close.
Yeah.
And so you don't. So as humans, because of the way our brains work, our that frontal cortex, right? Because of the way that thing is, we kind of want things to be clean cut. That's why the faiths work so well on us. That's it's not the reason, but one of the reasons. Why? Because it kind of answers the question. Like you don't have to like wonder about anything. It kind of relaxes you. You don't have to put out all this brain power, figure it out. The answer's right there. And so with the missing pieces, we're always going to be struggling with, what the why, what if this and what if that. But the genome, like I said, it's another piece to this puzzle that really clears things up. And at least for me, anyway. So I mean, that's something to keep in mind too. Go ahead. I just wanted to throw that in.
Hey, here go the source, Museum of Natural History. This is American Museum of Natural History. It says 98%. All right. So what you talking about? What's your point?
I already said, I'm not fighting you right here, man. You know how we're gonna have a really good conversation around this in the back chat. I mean, just join the Discord. Join the Discord if you want to hear the conversation. We'll have a really good conversation.
Sometimes it changes the variation, but that's pretty much where it's at, though, yo. That ain't no fight.
So just real quick to the brother who was just speaking, he mentioned something about some type of genome project. I kind of looked into that. I think it was something like HGP, and I think that was just kind of dealing with like some type of a genetic blueprint or something like that. I don't know if I said that correctly.
The Human Genome Project.
HGP.
Yeah, the intent was to map the whole genomic sequence of human beings, and subsequently to identify the genes themselves, right, in the different base pairs and the length of the genomic codes. So that process is still ongoing, although they have mapped a significant amount of the genes that code for the existence of this organism called a human being. So that's the totality of the project.
Hey, I appreciate that, Cedric. Thank you.
Yeah, I hope you ain't get one of religious sources there.
No.
No, Chris.
Hey, Gullah trying to come up.
I'm talking
based
about no
on
Christian.
based on how you differentiate. So when they're looking at particular S&P or S&P overlaps, then you can get numbers at 84. Then they're looking at specific overlaps and specific, right? So it's a matter of how you deal with the statistics.
Cedric getting there. Okay. All right. Like I said, we'll have the conversation. I ain't worried about it. We good.
What's up, Kyle? What's going on, Kyle? How you doing? You next, Gullah. Hold on, bro. Hold on.
My bad. I'm ringing on my plane because Gula's here.
Go ahead, Kyle. Come on, man.
Nah,
We're
what's
going
happening,
order.
man?
How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm good, man. How y'all doing today?
Man, enjoying ourselves.
I see this
Doing
is
good. What up,
amazing.
Kyle? What up,
What's up,
Gullah?
Joel?
What's good, Kyle?
It's like information is being passed. I'm just sitting back in amazement, man. I just came to shout out the panel, man, for listening and learning.
It's how we doing it. Easy work, right?
Yes, sir. Always.
Appreciate you. You stirred that coffee.
Yeah, you know you got to.
Mm-hmm.
Got to, man.
Yeah, you
Hey,
hit
man.
you was like the what they call them, special service, special forces before the Marines came in. He was there.
Yes, sir, man.
You was
Boots
in
on the
deep
ground.
territory.
I'm looking forward to watch you work, Kyle, because you know water is my thing. So I'm looking forward to that presentation. I'm gonna kick my foot on your neck to make sure you do it. I'm wanting to see that. Right? I want to see you do that work, please.
Oh yeah, yes, sir. I got you, man. Let me know if I slip up anyway, but I think I got
No, man. Your charisma and your approach is what I want to see. That's what I want to see. I want to be in the lab studying. Come on, man.
I feel you, man. I appreciate it, man. But it's coming. It's already done. I just gotta put together a few little slides for the introduction to get us there.
All right, we right there. You want to add something to the conversation, bro?
Nah, I don't have nothing to add to the conversation, man. I just came to shout out the fact that everybody's listening and have like open ears. This is like the first time this happened. I think because you kind of show how the other side was misleading and
Yep.
mischaracterizing certain things. Like people who had certain positions, like in the chat or even on the panel, may just be like, "Okay, maybe I was fucking a little bit off." You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. Come on, man. That's terrible, bro. A whole conversation based around shit I didn't say. Come on, man.
Yeah. So kudos to everybody just listening and just on the chat. It was just just understanding what really was being said. So yeah.
All right. Okay, we there. We in the game, man. We in the game. All right, man.
I
I'm
just
gonna
want to say real quick. Cedric
For
was
the
right.
record, you wasn't
Cedric was right
for the-
because
for-
last time when my apologies, brother. I'm sorry. I got a little lag. Sorry about that,
real
brothers.
quick. For the record, you wasn't saying that against the Africans, right?
say it again.
Is that what you said? We said it earlier.
What?
You wasn't going against our ancestors. As
No, I
Indigenous
was
told me,
I was giving them specific. I was showing
you wasn't
y'all.
going against the Africans.
No, I was framing them like they supposed to be framed. They give them their rightful position on earth. I heard you. Can you hear me? We heard you. I heard you, yo. You can't hear me?
Yes. So can I ask you?
You can't. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So let me ask you a question real quick.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, I can hear you perfect. So you're not saying like some of these people that the Greeks didn't learn anything from the Comedics.
No, that's stupid. The history don't say that. They did learn stuff.
But the Comedics and our ancestors, though, them just other Africans.
Can you hear me?
Thank you, Gullah. Exactly.
Yeah, that's not what he's
You
saying.
say other Africans. Don't say our ancestors.
He said though. He said the
Yeah, but
Africans.
that's germane to the conversation. Y'all know that, man. That'll start a whole nother
Hold on,
thing.
man. I want to hear the brother
Okay,
answer
sorry. My
because I
bad. My
couldn't
bad.
hear.
You're right.
It's not germane. Yes, the Egyptians did. Yeah, the Egyptians traveled to Egypt and they traveled to many different places. Absolutely. That's definitely one of the places they traveled and got information.
Okay.
Hell, they built the library in Egypt.
Right. But you're not one of the pseudo killers. Like a couple of them are. So there's a contradiction in your camp because there's two pseudo killers that's saying something different. That new guy you got, he's totally off base. I got the clip of him saying it right
But we
here.
all have our opinion. We all have our
What did he say?
Chris,
What did he say, though?
You and I. Hold Hold up. Real quick. You and I can meet on his platform, a neutral platform. I got from the Comedics. That's it's plain, pure, and cut to the
Every conversation
there's
needs to
no
be a
straw man. It's none of that. This came out here. This ain't nothing new. Me and him been dealing with each other. He came on my platform, did debates. So stop it, man. You the one that changed from here to here to here to here. I've been Lions Den since I came in the community. Remember that. So, bro, all the hate, just deal with information. All the little shots, just deal with information tonight. Because there's only two people: Jose Francis, DMG, me, and one more person who had access to that channel. And I already asked everybody, you're the one. See all that little girl stuff, man? Cut that out, bro. You either get in the ring or shut up talking to me. That's it.
What are you talking about?
You just hijacked the banner.
Hey, Cedric, I don't need you to tell me what the conversation is, bro. I know you don't want me over here. I know Chris don't want me. I'm good.
You're here. Just be part of the conversation.
You don't direct who come over here, bro.
Stay in the moment, JJ. What you're bringing is
don't run your goddamn lips.
Add to the conversation.
No. If he said it, bro. Okay, listen.
What are we talking
if he
about,
said
JJ?
it,
JJ,
okay. Let me say this to you. You tell me if it's nonsense. He said,
bro.
No, because you want to be a wingman like you always is. But now you Chris Harris shoe shine boy. Shut the hell up talking to me. I'm dealing with my own battle. Shut the hell up talking to me. I'm not talking to you.
Today. We're having a conversation.
Cedric.
Where was the conversation?
We about to go off course.
Listen, man, I got stuff I gotta do.
Because he jumping in. He getting in the business. It ain't got nothing to do with you. It ain't got nothing to do with you. So shut the hell up.
What you're talking about?
That's what I want to do. Hold on, that's what I want to do. Listen, that's what I want to do. Look,
I know you don't want me over here. So just shut the hell up. I deal with
Look,
Ankh.
we're not doing all that.
I deal with Ankh, not you. So shut your ass up, man. Period.
Hey, I want to humbly renege my statement about my shout out because
yeah, we had to get here. Yeah, we gonna get there, man. Look, man, we gonna shut this down. We had a great show, man. We ain't doing all that.
That's kind of.
How the hell you E5?
Yeah, they messed you up, girl. I can't do it, bro. I ain't got time for that. I'm gonna have to baby. You can go to the next show. We going at 9, yo.
Let me know what I can go. It seemed like when
we going at 9, yo. We out. We going at 9, JJ. We getting out the game. Don't worry about it, bro. We fighting everybody. We ain't doing it, man. Hold on, stay right there, Gullah. Yeah, I'm gonna holler at you later, bro. Appreciate you, man.
All right, bro. Peace out.
All right, peace. All right, Joe. Appreciate you, yo.
Peace. Good show.
All right, JJ. You know I appreciate you. Go ahead. What you wanted to say, real quick?
I was just wanted to help out Joe for a minute with the percentages about the chromosomes, bro. And I was just saying it's the percentages that we don't have, like the percentages, like when you say we 80, like we 90 some point, percent, related to chimps or whatever. It's those point percentages that make us different. Those those minute, like we talking about chromosomes a lot. We like we get to the 80% range. We share 84% DNA with dogs.
Got it. All right. Appreciate you, man. I'll holler at you later on, man. Good work right there. Yeah, I know he want to have a battle royale, man. Come on, yo. We've been doing this for too long, a battle royale that day. Can't do that, man. Man, I appreciate everybody, man. No time for the grift. Y'all know it.
Now one bit the literacy is lit, killing them with the science shit. Teachers teaching. Call cap. Stay lit, Steve. Lift. Stay literate. Teachers teaching. Lack of knowledge, it's a deficit. Why don't you get with it? Can you get with it? Monumental task without it. Why not get with it? Niggas get having fits and never a quick fix. Trick doing tricks for preacher in the pulpit. The religious think science to be a trick, but it's a religious trick. Pull out a blick, pray to Jesus, but still selling bricks. You still don't get it. You're still with it. Now you're in deficit. So what can science fix? Can't fix your ignorance. Your constant belligerence keeps y'all in the trick. In the trick. That's just content. We stay a cap. What we do with that? We teach the teacher's teacher. Call cap on the preacher. If this was knowledge, you're in the bleachers. The pseudo slick, producing magic tricks. It's all a trick. Back to not reaching you. We the teacher's teacher. Calling cap on the preacher. The grifter thirsting with as a grift. There's no lifting. The tide is shifting. We practice steam. We are lift. It's a polished gift. So what can science fix? Science can't fix your ignorance. Your constant belligerence keeps y'all in the trick. Still in the trick. That's just content. We stay a cap. No time for the grift. We killing pseudo, no that's lit. Shit stay lit. We never quit. Not one bit. The literacy is lit. Killing them with the science shit. Whoa. Teachers teaching. Call cap. Stay lit. Steve. Lift.
Man, I'm your host, Bobby Banger. And with that, we out. I see you 9:30 tonight, man. We got Preem coming on. He doing a powerful show, man. Make sure y'all tune in to the Pseudo Killers, man. Community Campus. Peace.